What's up, everybody? Welcome to our Happy Rabbit podcast. And today we have a good friend of mine, Tyler Chonky Ferner.
What's up?
Is he a good friend, a best friend, a
No one
boyfriend?
knows.
No one knows.
No one, like everybody has this.
You're my boyfriend.
Hey.
You're a lot of people's boyfriends from what I've seen here so far.
Well, the thing is, and my little brother said it the best. You either love him or you hate him. I've been told I'm that person. That you're either he is the most annoying. He doesn't shut up. He's constantly just or you're like, I love that about him.
You know what's funny is when I first met you, when I was asking other people if I knew you, you kind of gave me a pretext that you go, people are either gonna love me or they're gonna hate me, and my guess is that guy hates me.
Did they? Did they?
No, they actually liked you.
Shocker.
Do you remember who that was? We're not going to say their name, but do you?
No,
Okay.
I say that about most people. I say that about you after I work with you, Charlie. I'm pretty sure he hates me. I can be overwhelming.
Dude, we've been through the shit together, though. I could never not like you.
Bring it back to day one, boys. Who are you? What do you do? How'd you guys meet?
So I think we have different time periods of this because I met Charlie.
We were in a bar.
Anyone who meets Tyler in a bar, I don't know.
We weren't in a bar.
No. I need to stop with that, or else I'm just gonna keep with it. Dude, it's like I'm nervous. And then
What are the two different time frames?
That's what I was doing.
it's like Ricky Bobby when he doesn't know what to do with his hand.
Dude,
Yeah,
I just get so nervous and fidgety, and so I'm like,
It's okay, dude. Just
fine.
kick back. Woosah.
What's up?
What introduced you into film? Where'd you start?
Well, let's hold. Are we doing that, or are we doing me and?
I want to know the Chonky Charles story first.
Chunky Charles.
So, I met you on David Kaplan and Stelios's project, their final project for college.
The
In a classroom. They were in a classroom, and then I ate Stelios's mom's homemade baklava, and I had baklava
dude.
before.
That's when we first met.
Yeah, that was the first time I had baklava before.
What
but this one,
You don't know what baklava is, dude?
No.
it's the dopest
Go away.
dope anybody can
What
have.
is it?
It's a Greek
It's like a Greek Middle Eastern and dessert.
ish,
They use
almost
phyllo,
salad.
which is like a papery dough stuff, and then it's like nuts crunched up, and then you layer phyllo.
I've
on
probably
top of
had it.
that,
I just
and
don't
then
know
you
what it's called. Here,
literally-
Tyson's pulling it up.
You literally
see
take
baklava.
liquid sugar and pour it.
It
Dude,
looks like
so-
everything we
Over
ate in
in
Albania.
layers.
So I love
Yeah.
baklava.
We did. You've had it in Albania.
Okay.
We had it in Albania.
And I had it before from some restaurant here in Utah that does it,
Yeah,
and they do theirs without nuts.
yeah. There's different ways to do it.
And
but
so
yeah.
I didn't know that baklava had nuts. So I'm super allergic to walnuts. And they happened to fill baklava with walnuts. And it was
Just
like
walnuts, though, right? Not other nuts.
not those nuts.
Yeah.
So you're allergic to nuts, and you ate the.
Yeah, so I had to it was one of my first projects that I was like reaching out to help on. Like I didn't know what I was doing, and we like sent this like combo.
I don't remember that, but yeah.
We sent this like combo up, like top stick, and it was like a little windy, and it had like a 1200, like the old HMI 1200s before Airy.
Yeah, because
like-
the school had a bunch of those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I would was standing at the base of this like combo.
Like before Airy, the 1200s, they're LTM.
LTM, thank
Yeah.
you. Well, they're blue, but before everybody went to the Airy, the 18Ks
No, I know.
and
Yeah.
whatever.
I know. You don't. I think LTM went out of business when Airy came out with their
Look
lights.
it up. Did LTM come out of it? Go out.
Yeah, they definitely did, because LTM does not exist.
Yeah,
anymore.
I don't think LTM exists anymore.
Yeah.
But and so that was back when I was juicing, when I was a electrician, or wanting to be an electrician.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm pretty sure we're going to break these stands because they're swaying like crazy. And you walk out and you're like, I've seen them do this before, and like just walked in,
remember that.
and I was like, so,
Yeah, they're fine.
I was like so anxious. I was like, dude, this guy's crazy. And I was like, all right. And then I almost died, and so I left.
What happened with the
Nuts.
Nuts. I thought you were allergic.
He
to
almost
nuts.
died.
Yeah, I almost died, so I left.
I thought you almost died because of the light.
He couldn't stay.
Yeah, so like I like hit up my uncle who was like in the area, like they lived in the area that we were filming at, and I was like, yo, I just ate some walnuts, and I think my aunt was like, Grandma already called me. Come over. I have everything you need. And it was like laid out like it was like a dope drug deal in a movie. It was funny because it was like here's some Benadryl, here's like an inhaler, here's like 3 EpiPens. Like what do you? And then she just like went into like a mode that like we had never been in before, which is like. You're like, I think anybody would like if I looked at you and I was like, hey, I need an EpiPen, I'm gonna die. Like you would go into that mode.
Yeah.
But like me and my aunt had never had that moment before, and so I was like,
bonding moment.
I was like, I think I'll just take some Benadryl and like a couple hits of that inhaler. I'll be good.
Couple hits.
A couple hits of
Give it to
like
me
one or-
all. Give it all to me.
Give me like 1 or 2 of those hits.
And then
That's awesome.
that's where you met Charles. And then what's your recollection?
Recollection.
Recollection.
What's your memory of you guys meeting?
I'll be on. I don't even remember, to be honest.
Sometimes they just appear, bro.
Yeah. I don't know, to be honest with you. It's been a long time. I would say I would probably. I don't know. We did like tons of movies together.
We did like, cause you were juicing, like, let me think.
You might want to explain juicing so people on here aren't like thinking we're doing
Juicing
steroids.
is an electrician, like setting up lights.
Yeah, a juicer is a set lighting technician that sets up the lights. We call them electricians. They're not real like house electricians. Totally different. Electricians on a movie set are the guys that run power and they set up the lights.
It's
and
not
then you
totally different.
And then you have grips. Do they like a house electrician's like a full-on journeyman? Like they go through
I know,
apprenticeships.
like
and,
they
all
go
that
through
stuff.
apprenticeships, but I would say like I rewired my whole house.
Yeah.
And it hasn't burnt down yet.
Well,
Yeah.
keyword yet.
Blurp that out. Permit. He definitely had all the permits and everything too.
Yeah.
And the training.
Well,
It's-
you kind of have the training because like what you do, like electricians, like
There's a
lay
lot
down-
of bleed over.
They do temporary big electricity, like because like they're laying down 4-aught and shit, like it could power like city blocks.
Yeah.
It's like they're doing it on a scale that's just different than what normal like house electricians.
We just don't know
go
the
through.
codes.
Yeah, we
and
don't know the
things
codes,
like
but
a
like,
normal
you know, like,
electrician does.
You know not to unplug white
Don't
first.
touch this
Yeah.
one, sort of thing.
Yeah. Like you learn quick.
Oh no, Charles came over to this house fast, and we looked at the electricity down in the studio. We went over to the box, and he's like, "What was exposed that you said I could die if I touched?"
The whole panel. The whole.
Oh, the whole back
The whole
panel.
The
back
whole
panel
back
was-
panel was
yeah.
exposed, and
Well,
he's like,
but,
"Don't
like-
touch that." And I was like, "Dude, I would have never known that."
But like when I
didn't
was
tell
at,
us
like
that
when I
either.
was like up and coming, this was 10 plus, like it was in 2011 so like in 2010 ish is like when I like was trying to get into film, right?
Yeah.
And then like 2011 2012 is when I actually got on what I would consider sets,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah. It takes a couple years usually.
yeah, because it was like helping buddies out and doing stuff like how I met you,
Yeah.
and then finally like getting onto like reality TV shows that are actually
Yeah. That's what.
playing, that
Yeah,
are
that's
actually,
right. Oh no. Okay. So you worked on. That's what it was, dude. Now I remember. You went to Fetch in Germany
with your
with
wife
my wife.
before I fucking knew you.
Yeah, that's what it was. And you were there with Wings.
Wing it,
And,
wing. I love that dude so much.
and I knew Wings because we had done a bunch of shows together. And then we did
New Testament,
New Testament.
because
Like we got you on that show, and then that rolled into.
did you ever do Breaking Point, the reality
No, I
ballerina?
didn't
Because
do
that was
that one.
happening at the same time Cloud9 was happening.
Yeah, and I was on Cloud9.
And so this is how me and Beans Alex Stein
Yeah.
met was or like we tracked it back, like we started at the same time.
Yeah.
But he was on cloud 9 and I was looking at ballerinas dance.
Yeah. And then you went to other things after that.
Are we doing it?
No. I mean, we can. I don't care.
Dude, there's some funny stories.
There is.
I wanna
Maybe
know.
Maybe later, though.
Yeah.
Let's do it later.
All right. Well, jumping forward.
Anyways, that
Tyler-
was a whole bunch of movies that Tyler and I just went through. of
We
stuff.
went through so much, like we went through like 10 years of like figuring it out. And then
Yeah,
it was like
so-
4 years.
So
like,
really, for me, it was he went to
this your
Germany. What?
what camera are you looking at?
That one.
That one? 'Cause you were looking at
That one or that one. I was looking at the screen
No, get
going,
in the double shot,
baklava
yeah.
looks good.
That actually is on
I know,
both.
can we
of
take
you.
it off food? The screen off food. Thank
No,
you.
but yeah, so it was he went to Germany and worked on a film that my wife was also working on. And then that kind of was like, well, you worked with Wings on it, and then we needed you for other stuff, and Wings, it's like hire Ferner.
Yeah, like, so inevitably it feels like you get a sponsor
Yeah.
in the world of film. Like like at least I did, like and a lot of people do, I guess, too, of like, I've worked with this kid, he's green but he's good, like,
Yeah.
and they'll vouch for you, right? And
Exactly.
so like I did a season or 2 of reality with Wing It, and then did that low budget thing over in Germany, but the attraction was go to Germany,
Yeah.
right? And he's like, I don't know anybody who would work for this rate, but you need experience, I need a guy, and we're going to fucking Germany. And I was like, okay.
Let's go.
And meanwhile, I'm driving that old 88 Ford Ranger
Yeah.
that's like breaking down every other day. And he's like, you need to get your passport. And I was like, yeah, okay, when? And he's like, you're leaving work today. Here's the paper. Like he parented me through, kind of. Like,
Yeah, you gotta love that guy.
he's such a good dude.
He's awesome.
Like, I haven't.
We should
seen
have him on.
Let's do
He's
it.
cool.
He's such a good dude.
Yeah.
And like, he's like, I love him to death. And I think he always has like looked at me as like that little brother, right? Like the pesky little, like, so I hear this is what you're getting into now. You know, like that's how he brought up marriage. Like,
Yeah.
cause he was like super against marriage. And he's like, did I not teach you anything? And I was like, what are you talking? Like I hadn't seen him in a couple of years. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, the rumor's true. And I'm like, what is up? And he's like, you're getting married, huh? You think you found the one to take half your shit? And I was like, dude, I don't have any shit. Like I have more shit with my wife. So if she took half of what I have now, that's tenfold what I would have had.
I'm
Check
game.
the math. I've done it and it works.
Do you remember where we met?
Yeah, it was Christmas, best Christmas ever.
Do you remember how you treated me?
Like shit.
Dude, I hated him. You were so rude to me.
It was funny.
Yeah,
Dude,
I was introduced to you by, maybe it was John Wards, and he was like, someone told me, he's like, hey, his personality's a little strong. If he talks shit, just don't take it personal. And then I was like, oh, okay, like I'm that kind of person. Like I can mess with this
hang.
guy. Yeah.
I can hang, bro.
No, we get on set, and dude, you were such a dick to me. Like I didn't really know what to do or like where to go. And this is funny. I told Charles this. I didn't know what to do. I was like calling John and Charles. I was like, this guy's like picking on me on set. He's like not taking me serious. He's just talking shit. I was like, little did I know that's your personality.
That's who I am.
So I'm taking it personal
pile of
like a
shit.
little bitch and getting all upset. And yeah, like long story short, Charles is like, man up and talk shit back to him and watch what happens. And I got on set that day and like I saw you that morning. I was like, what's up, pussy? And you're like, finally. It only took 2 weeks of me talking shit to you. And yeah, I guess that's just how it went.
Like to me, it's always work first, and like then we can hang out and have fun, right? Like Charlie's seen it over the years of like if I can't work with somebody or like we can't get to be like a a unit, a team, right? Because like that's what, to me, like being a grip and being like working our professions, like what we do in our departments, it's like it's some of the hardest work you can do, and you're surrounded by people, right, that like you have to be around.
Oh yeah.
And so like to me, if we can't fundamentally get on the same page of that, of the base reason why we're here, then I don't have fucking time for you.
Yeah.
You know, like to me, it's like I'm more willing to like step away from what I'm doing and teach and like make sure and try and like have conversations and try and get on the same page as people. And you're right, I am aggressive. Like it's like not, I wouldn't say aggressive, but I do have the personality that I have. And so like it was actually, I'm blessed that like I had to like finally like check it and be like, all right, you come across as a dick, but you're trying to teach, but like you can't.
I wouldn't necessarily say like that though, because for me it was kind of that like old school respect thing. It was like I came into it as that young guy, and you were like, no, like check yourself, kind of thing. And
well,
like
I also really don't like that.
Tyson's nice.
I know, he's scared. He just moved. It scared me.
Attacking him.
My peripheral.
Tyson's like, I'm not
I
moving.
forgot my knife today. I wasn't sure what we were about to get into.
No, but you got to have an attitude, especially coming into a position as a boss, right?
Well, and like, but also I like, and this goes back to like how me and you like first interacted, right? Like, especially,
Oh, we butted heads.
yeah. Oh, I'll butt heads with anybody, and I like
Yeah.
to a point it's fun, right? Like to a point, to me it's fun now. It wasn't fun then.
Well, we worked through that, and that's kind of like the motions. Like we kind of had that. Everyone kind of has like you work through this like, and then you like have this respect for each other. Like at that time, you didn't know my work ethic or anything else, and then like I feel like there was a respect thing that kind of happened when you're in those 12-hour days. You're 3 weeks into a movie. Everyone wants to go home, and it's like, okay, who can step up and like get us home?
Yeah.
And like when we realized that with each other, it was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, 100%, and it's like, I mean, we all want to go home, right? Like
Speaking of which, just kidding.
Oh, damn, Charles.
Charles out.
Anyways, this is Chonky, the new host of this podcast. Charlie has left. Fucking prick.
God damn, I love this. We gotta have Tyler on all the time, guys. This is what it's like working with them on set, and that's kind of going back to the having friends on set. Is there's this professionalism, and then there's like,
but also
this.
like with that professionalism, like when there's a new kid, specifically in certain departments that the grips work heavily with, that like you don't get to show up to my work that I've been at for 10 years, busting my ass to get where I am, and having stories after story after story of being like deep in the woods, and it's night, and it's, you know, the sun's coming up, and you're like, we're not getting out of here till the sun's rising, boys, let's go. And like, you know, and then
been through the trenches together.
yeah, but like, and then to have like some cocky new electrician or camera kid or PA like come in hot to you, or like try and be like, hey, I need to be here, and you're like, the fuck you do.
I think that's actually what happened between me and you.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to be here, and you're like, the fuck you do. And I was like, no, I need to be here. And you were like, no, the fuck I do. And we had this like,
yeah, because it's like, I don't like, until I and maybe it's probably an issue, you know. I'm seeing therapy, all right? Jesus, God bless her soul, all right? My therapist.
oh, okay. I was like, who's her? But
My
all right,
therapist.
copy.
Well, his wife too, but yeah.
She said yes. All right.
Fair.
The therapist,
Fair.
like, by the time she knew what she was getting, you know, the checks were clearing, and so she was good. She's like, I'll listen to this crazy dude for a minute.
Yeah.
She sends you off on a television series for a few months, and then
Yeah, like, could you imagine being my therapist?
No, I couldn't. I would retire.
Yeah.
Quick career switch. Jumping trains a little bit. Something that's always like that I've been super stoked on what you've done, and a huge show that I'm a fan of, Yellowstone. I know you worked on Yellowstone.
Yeah.
I know you worked on the new show 1983.
No, 1883.
1883. Tell us a little bit about that. I'm a huge fan of that show. I know a lot of people from Utah are huge fans of that. So what was it like working on that and like being in that environment?
Insane.
Yeah.
Like, there's like what I understood as making movies and television shows, because like over the past like couple 10 years since the writer's strike, really, like since the writer's strike,
Now it's just attacking you.
yeah, this is bullshit. I feel like but like since the writer's strike, there was a shift in how TV was made, right? Like how do you make TV without writers? Well, you get reality TV shows, right? And then those became a thing and became popular. And now with like streaming services, and you can binge watch these shows, you're shooting like what used to be big growing up was like sitcoms, right? So you're shooting Seinfeld on a stage, which is like working in an office essentially, right?
Yeah.
And now you're making movie or TV shows like Yellowstone in 1883, and like they just finished 1923, like a bunch of homies.
Yeah.
And now you're making it on location Western. So now you're making like a John Wayne movie in the middle of the desert on a television budget, but doing the same shit. So it's
Like it needs to look like a feature film.
it needs to look like there's different looks to, you guys can explain it better than I can, but like a different look from sitcom being on stage versus like you're looking at the environment essentially.
Yeah.
Like the only reason why we film where we film is so that you can get the landscape. But so now you need to take a massive amount of gear
Oh, I could only imagine.
and transport it to the middle of nowhere.
That one shot I talked to you at work. I think when I first figured out you worked on that show, I was freaking out because there's a shot you guys did through a riverbed and like horses walking through a river, where it was a dolly shot and you had to set up track like over a river.
Yeah, so it was the fly fishing scene, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, when the new guy comes into town.
Yeah, and yeah,
Best not about it. I
But,
think
yeah.
something like that.
something like that.
How much have you seen it change in the last, like, since I guess Netflix has really been booming and HBO and all these other streaming services? And because like when I watch these shows, they're like an hour and a half long. Compared to what I used to watch movie-wise, it's almost the length of a full-length movie.
Well, I mean, they're
but it's an episode, and you're busting
it's an
them out
episode.
every
So
week.
every like Yellowstone is they try for 9-day episodes, I think. Like they're always fighting for like 9-day, and we end up.
Explain that real quick. What does
So
that mean?
like every 9 days we shoot an episode. So like it would be
So you're basically shooting a feature film
in
in
9
9 days.
In 9 days.
is-
You're
is
shooting
how
an
it
hour.
works.
You're shooting an
Yeah.
hour worth of content in 9 days.
Yeah.
And so, like, inevitably, it ends up being like, you have extra days per episode, like a day or two overlap, and then you have pickups, and like where you have to go back and film and all of that. And I think like the last time I paid attention to the math, it was like 10 to 11 day average an episode. So like a feature film in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which normally feature film we get
6
3 to
weeks.
6 weeks,
Yeah.
and so.
And so
that's
like a lot
intense.
of it is like, I mean, even still you shoot differently on TV, I think. Cause like, so we're using 4 to 8 cameras at a time filming Yellowstone or 1883. Whereas on a feature film, 1 to 2 is typical.
Yeah, max. Yeah.
Sometimes on big days you'll have a third camera.
Yeah, if we're doing stunts or
And like
fight scenes or
and
whatever.
then there's a bunch of DSLRs that get brought out, and
Yeah.
and then whatever, people get promoted within the camera department. But like on Yellowstone, it was 3 to 4 cameras a day. So
That's so much gear.
yeah, that's 3. Like, I mean, they jammed it into 2 camera trucks, I think, or like they got it onto like 3 cameras, 1 camera truck, I think is how it was.
Yeah, that's wild.
With everybody's personal gear. I mean, because like that's another thing is that like the amount of personal gear on a truck at that show, like on those kind of shows, is like in my car I have cold weather gear, which is a massive duffel bag with 3 different boots, different thermal layers, different,
changes of clothing,
changes of underwear, changes of socks, changes of whatever.
and then you have doubles of everything in case you
And
get
then-
wet,
and
it's
then,
just-
like-
it's a lot of stuff.
like, so you end up with like your daily pack that you bring in and out of work, which is like, an extra jacket or whatever you might need that day. And then you have like your oh shit bag, which is like, hey, I'm getting sent to 2nd unit. I'm going to the top of a mountain. I need a coat. I don't have time to run home.
That happens all the time. Like
Where
getting
you
switched
just
up,
don't know
yeah.
where you're going. So you have to prepare. So like every day it's like my truck's full of clothes, my, like
Yeah.
you're a Boy Scout at that point in time with clothes. Like I have more boots than my wife has like shoes because I have, the deep snow, it's really cold. I have, it's so on all the way down to like,
Flip flops.
It's kind of
flip-flops,
funny
yeah.
because in my closet I actually have 3 bags just packed, and one's like
Yeah.
the full winter, and then
Same.
I have one from last summer that I just haven't taken out yet. But it's like my work bags of just
Yeah.
extra clothes.
yeah.
It's
No,
literally a
I
day
have,
bag.
I like right now at my house, I have a cold weather bag packed, and then I have a work bag packed, like in case I get called right now to go work tomorrow, which I don't like doing. I'm old
Kind of
now.
on that topic.
Old now.
How many opportunities have you gotten in the film where just being prepared like that has just like opened up that door to go jump on a job?
None.
Really? Interesting.
Having clothes?
No, I'm
No,
saying.
just
Sorry.
gotten a call,
Like-
having your shit ready.
Being prepared.
Yeah. It's
Like-
like I still think being prepared is like half bullshit.
Okay. No,
Because,
that's interesting.
Like, you can only prepare so much, right? Like, whoever's truck's out front, whose truck is that? The Tacoma.
Mine.
Alex.
Look at you. You look ridiculous. You're in a fucking city. Why do you have all that shit?
Because it's in the dirt all the time.
Sick. He's prepared for the dirt all the time, right? It looks ridiculous. It actually doesn't. It looks dope. But it's just like you inevitably, like, it's just part of who you are, I think. Like, you have to, like, the first time I was cold on set and I was like, God, I need a jacket. And like Charlie or Tiff or whoever was like, you don't have a jacket? And I'm like, no, I didn't know we were going to go this late. And they like laughed at me and threw me a jacket and were like, you're a fucking idiot. Pack a bag,
Yeah.
And then like I started packing a bag, and then like when it gets super cold, you have to do like the layers, and like inevitably you have extra jackets and people don't have jackets, so you just look like that dude who's
People
walking
may
around.
think you sound
Hero.
crazy, but we just did a winter movie a few years ago. Homie showed up, negative like 5 degrees, snowing sideways, night shoot. Our call time was 5 p.m.
Sound guy.
and we're not gonna say his name, but
No names, remember?
he shows up in jean pants, running shoes,
I don't know if you know him.
jean shirt buttoned up with a jean jacket over it,
Denimed out.
denimed
the-
out,
we're in the-
cowboy
we're in-
tuxedo,
we're in Park
baby.
City,
It's not
dude. We're-
cowboy. It's fucking Canadian.
Canadian tuxedo. Yeah, that's what it was.
That's what it is. And dude, we're in the mountains in Park City,
Middle winter.
and we're going into a night shoot.
He shows up like that.
Like, I think it was supposed to get down to like negative 5 or something
Perfect
like that.
example of what not to do. Charles and I went into our bags. Everyone's grabbing extra layers.
The
in front.
director
Gave him boots.
gave him boots. Like,
Well, that's what I mean though. Is like there's it's like tricks to the trade almost, but it's like just I'm prepared. Like I think I have my winter gear in my bag until like midsummer.
oh yeah.
Until I like.
Well, we live in Utah, so it's like
So like we could go to Park City or go
Yeah.
backcountry, whatever. And
I mean, it could be like almost June, and we still get snow. in
we
mountains,
still get
like-
snow, and we still have to go do some stupid shoot for some stupid company to make some stupid fucking commercial and freeze our fucking balls off.
So we can make stupid money to survive, to
It's- at that
stupidly
point-
survive.
It's fine.
'Cause
I'm
life's
not bitter about it.
stupid.
I just hate, dude, the cold. Working in the
Why are
cold.
you so negative?
Because have you worked in the have you gripped in the cold?
Has he?
Have you-
He's never gripped before.
I've never
He's a camera
gripped,
guy.
He's a
but
fucking coward, is what
Yeah.
it is.
I didn't say that. That's mean.
listen,
It's not my fault. He has a weak soul.
listen. Charles will vouch. I could be negative 20 degrees,
No,
middle
but
of the night,
Scooter,
and I'm
you're
out
built-
there,
but-
no gloves.
I know, but you're built different because you're one of those crazy people that do the mega ramp shit.
Here's the thing.
In the
I'm not a
snow.
bitch.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't call me a bitch over there, dude. I'm taking that personal, bro. I'm gonna jump over Charles and fight you.
so you can't call me a fucking bitch anymore.
Okay, well,
All right, tough
then
shady.
jumping forward,
I don't
we just did a movie, Blessed. Us three were all on it.
Did he hear it?
No, I heard it, but went out in this year and out that one.
Came into mine and out that one.
We just did a movie together, Blessed, and somehow, did you talk me into it or did I talk you into it?
Listen,
Yeah.
What's this?
bro, you don't know? You know.
You
What are we talking about?
you
No,
know,
so-
and you didn't want to
You didn't
jump
wanna-
in, bro.
No, so what happened is there's some downtime on set. And you just get to bullshitting with people. And Scooter
Tyler
and I-
finds a napkin.
No, we had an idea. We wanted to get tattoos.
Oh
Charles,
You didn't know this whole time?
no! I
can't-
know.
no, I can't wait to like. Can
We're
we just
both,
do
like,
a punch
pointing
in
down here.
of like Charles' face? So it's just like a close up the whole time of Charles' face, just like trying to be like, yeah. I know what they're talking about, and
No,
they go,
I had no idea.
"Oh."
I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Now I know.
So one of us at some point had the
'cause
bright
you-
idea.
No, we wanted to get tattoos because we were talking, and it's like, God, I haven't gotten tattooed in forever, and then like and
In
then
general, not the one we actually got.
No, we were just like bullshit and just like, God, I haven't been tattooed in forever. I want to get tattooed. And then it was like, oh, we should get tattooed together. And then it's like, oh, what should we get? And then like both of us just were dragging our feet. And you're like, I'm going to make an appointment with my buddy. And I was like, okay, cool. And get the tattoo idea. Maybe.
Yeah.
And
We
but,
made
like,
the appointment before having an idea of what we were getting or what we were doing.
and then like day of there was a pressure and I was like, what are you even thinking about getting? And then like you showed me this like stick figure drawing and it was like this is what I want to get, but I want like you pushing a camera or you pushing a dolly and me holding a camera. And I was like, oh, like this. And so
No,
like,
you said like, give me 10 minutes, and you disappeared.
yeah. And so then
and
I
you
went
came
on my
back
phone.
with a fucking napkin.
No,
Yeah,
It was a napkin.
It was a napkin. You drew this with a marker and a napkin.
Yeah,
did I?
yeah.
Did I?
You come back and you're like,
I distinctly remember the napkin.
Really?
and I look at it and I'm like, this is what you want.
Oh God! So it was my idea.
Yeah.
And then
whole
we joked
time-
about it, and then it evolved into what it is now.
Yeah. So this is kind of fucked. So we get it, and I'm like, I'm gonna go first because like, I hate getting tattooed. I love it, but I hate it. Like once I'm there, I just want to get tattooed. I don't want to like sit and watch people get tattooed. I'd rather just fucking get it over with. So homie was like, this is your final design. And I was like, dude, that's sick. But like, anyway, so he puts the stencil on me and I lay down on my side to get tattooed.
You just
Right.
laid there, yeah.
Just chilling, bullshitting.
We're talking.
It was fine.
15 minutes later, done.
It was cool. Scooter, we should have sized it up on Scooter.
No,
Because Scooter gets down.
we didn't realize we didn't put into effect the size difference.
Scooter gets down, and he starts on his back. And the dude is like tattooing his like abdomen. And then he's like, "Hey, bro." Scoot's like, "What's up?" Because that's how you talk. Like, to me, you're always like, "Sup." Like, in my head, Scooter's always just like, "Yeah, man." Fucking cool guy in you. And he's like, "Can you roll over?" And Scoot's like, "Yeah." And like goes to like turn all the way over. And the dude's like, "Oh, stop." It was like watching a fucking broken rotisserie chicken just like slowly turn and get tattooed. Right? And he had to turn over like 15 fucking times. And so now my beached wellness is chilling in the corner like, Jesus God. Am I that much bigger than McScooter?
It was quite funny. At one point, I think I was laying on my stomach.
Yeah.
I was like laying over.
I'm like,
and
I'm
he
pretty
goes-
sure you started on your back,
He
bro.
goes, "I'm pretty sure you started on your back," and I stayed on my side the whole time.
Yeah, it was kind of fucked.
Long story short, let's show him the tattoo.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So, let's see if we can get it in the camera here without getting completely naked. One of the cameras should pick it up. But yeah, it is
But you can see it's like a side, it's like not even a, and it
like
wraps.
kind of. I have to turn to show you the whole image.
Hey guys, you want to see my new fucking tiny little piece? Yeah, it's dope. Check out this little.
But yeah, Tyler's running me over with the dolly, and I'm dropping the camera. And
It was a dumb idea.
we actually
but it
had
was funny.
the director of Blessed, Bryce, was in here for a podcast earlier, and you guys ran into each other, and we're like, "Did you know we got a tattoo on your movie?"
And he's like,
he had no idea, and we showed him. He died laughing.
Well, it's just like, it's just, you can't have two dudes like us talk to each other for long enough.
This is trouble. Like, as soon as
know what
we
I mean?
realize
Like-
we're the same person, but just like, have you ever seen Robin Big?
Yeah.
We should redo that show. It's an idea.
It's your boy. Let's go. And I just run around in shirts like this, just yelling at people.
You know,
being
Charles
you.
has to
Yeah.
sit.
So nothing changes.
Nothing.
Nothing changes.
Charles
just
has to
gonna
sit
film
here and go, "I should not have
reality.
introduced
So this is
Scooter
a
to
true
Chonky."
story. So this is a true story. This was on 1883. We ended up in a small city in Texas. And the grips were getting angsty because grips are like children. If there's enough of them together and they're left alone long enough, somebody's gonna die or be broken or
Someone's going to the
lost.
hospital.
Right? Like it's like
That's
it's like you get all your crazy friends and then you go, "Hey guys, let's go." It's like what reality TV is based on. It's like, "Hey guys, let's take you away from everything that you love and takes care of you. Let's put you in a remote hotel. Let's funnel you alcohol. And you're going to work 18 to 19 hours a day for weeks. We're going to give you 2 days off, which are paid, and we'll see you Monday." Oh, here's a big fatty check too. And so like you end up in some of the craziest situations ever, but they're my favorite. Right? I love it. It's why I love movie making, is because it's like it's complete chaos. And it's why I give people shit, is because it's like complete chaos, but it's organized ish. And like everybody set out to do a job that no one else knows what is happening. So like inevitably, like you're in each other's way until like, that's why I'm like, "No, bitch, this is my zone." It's establishing dominance quickly. Right?
I'm pretty sure you know what our solution was. I'm pretty sure
Tattoos.
it was tattoos. But you had me jump on the dolly. Like, I think at that point was
Yeah.
when we stopped being an asshole to each other, and you're like,
Well, it's
"Why
not.
don't you ride on the dolly?" And then at that point, we're like, "Look, we're better as like teammates rather
Well, like
than."
to me, that's how it always is. But like, I'm not gonna sit there and like I have a hard time with like the normal, just like, "How was your evening?" Like
Yeah, I hate
it's
that.
like the small bullshit talk. It's boring to me. Like my favorite question to ask is like, where do you think we go when we die? Just like randomly in the middle of a day. You just
You
look,
said the most random shit on
dude, because
set to
it's
people that
funny. It's funny and it's free.
I've been on set.
It's free.
I've been on set with this guy where someone will be coming in and he'll be like, "Watch this," and you just know Tyler's about to just
hey.
go try it. Watch this. Watch this.
Yeah.
Literally.
No, so I had these
Literally.
made. I gave
That's
them
your
out.
They
shirt.
can see it.
Yeah, no. Did you not see?
What?
Did you not see the back?
Yeah.
What does it say? Where the fuck is Chonky? You okay? That's what wasn't lying there.
Watch this.
Literally wearing it.
Which is a phrase I stole from JJ. I have to put that out there because every time he sees me wearing this shirt,
Another dolly grip.
another dollar grip.
in
Love
town.
JJ.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the crazy grip, and like I just love chaos. I think it's fun to be in chaos and look around and be like, everything is on fire.
Which a film set is
Everything.
literally chaos.
It's my favorite. And
Yeah.
like especially like once I started pushing dolly, like your job is to like sit behind a camera. And like I just call it babysitting the camera nerds.
Babysitting us.
Yeah. And it's like it's my favorite though because like cuz we're different. Like Charlie, you were a grip, you know. Like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
grips are heathens. It's like the blue collar and then you come up to fucking camera and they act like they're the jocks, but really they're the fucking accountants that sit there and have shit brought to them and then act like it's such an issue to move their fucking 20-pound lens case while you have a 300-pound dolly coming through and they're like, oh, I guess I'll move it again. It's babysitting the camera nerds.
I like how your hat says C list.
Oh, there's a story behind this.
Please tell.
Well, can I finish my first fucking story? we're doing Inception of fucking stories now. So we end up in a bar in Texas, or it was a restaurant. There were kids, but in Texas bars, you can bring your kid into a bar in Texas and Montana.
Really?
Dude, I brought my fucking newborn. We like just got this is-
Newborns are different. You can bring newborns into
no,
places.
but
In a bar though?
yeah.
I'm
Oh
pretty
yeah,
sure,
dude.
yeah. Yeah,
Dude,
you
we
can
had
bring
her in a
newborns
bar and
most
like
anywhere.
just outside of Glacier, we had her in a bar and like we just needed food. Like we weren't like there to drink, we just needed food.
Yeah.
And like there was like dollar bills like pinned up and I like had her standing on the table. Right? Like
Yeah,
she'd just
like a
been in the
normal kid.
car.
Yeah.
Like I'm like getting her out to like stretch her legs and she's like bobbing to the music and my friend fucking comes in and he's like, Zoe's gonna be a stripper.
And I love that about you because your personality just laughs about
It's
it.
so
where
funny
And
because then we went on for 10 minutes about how my daughter's gonna be the best stripper out there and how she's not gonna be some Magna stripper. She's gonna be a
Magnus.
anyways. So like I'm at this bar and I had a flannel on or whatever and I was like I need to get away. Like the people in this town like had a Facebook group and they were like tracking where we were going. Like,
Oh, as far as the production.
well, like
Well,
where
the grips were
where the
going.
grips were going.
Oh.
And so there was like allegedly they were like giving updates to each other where we were going. And so we got talked into going to this bar and we're all fucking like, yeah, let's go. Pre-football game, maybe. I don't know. The football game, basically. That sort of excitement. Because that is what children do. It's what we do.
When no supervisors are around.
Dude, when the people
kids
that
go out
take
to
care
play.
of you aren't taking care of you anymore.
By that
and
you
you're
mean your
left
wife.
yeah. And you're left to your own devices.
Yeah, when the parents go away and
Well, but you're also like
the kids
but
are
like there's
left
also
alone.
there's also a thing about personal responsibility when you're in your own city. But if you go with like 20 camera dudes somewhere and you all have similar interests and you all like alcohol and you all are left alone in a town that you basically double, like there's nothing to do. Like the bowling alley closes at 4, you know, like
At 4? Who
I don't
bowls
know.
during the day?
a lot of people.
Keep going.
So like we inevitably end up drinking, whatever. We end up in this bar. You walk in, and in Texas you can still smoke inside, I think. Because
Texas is not a third world country.
Was it a private club?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I walked in and it was just full of cigarette smoke, and I was like,
All right.
Could yeah. I could
like
see it.
honest to God, and this isn't.
There's
true.
like hookah lounges and stuff, so that makes
Well,
sense.
but like this isn't true, but like it might have had a dirt floor.
I could see that in Texas though. I've been
Right, like no, there was like an inside. It
at
was
Sturgis.
insane.
They have a bunch of bars out there that
They're
are all
like
dirt.
some. This night just goes on forever. Anyways, I like end up being like, I need to get away from movie people for like a minute, right? Like I just need to be like, I need to feel like I'm at home. And so I go sit at the bar. I take off my jacket, which was a flannel. Yeah. I take off my flannel and I'm wearing like a cutoff shirt like this, right? I'm sitting at the bar and I'm just drinking. And like, you know, you hear a laugh and you look back and you're like, fucking animals, dude. They're animals, right? You think to yourself, and you're just like, I've been left alone for too long, right? And you're trying to figure out why your drunk friends, you're like, maybe they don't like me. Like maybe like I was that fat kid they just wanted to come to the party because he looked left out, you know? And about 15 minutes later, my buddy Chad, shout out, he's like, bro, I have been looking for you. And every time I looked over here, I looked at you and I was like, that's a fucking local. That's a fucking local. That's a fucking local. He's like, I thought you were a local for like an hour, bro. And I was like, they do like me. I just look like a deadbeat.
You look like
Looking like locals.
Which is funny because most grips do.
Yeah, like most grips, like it like
why are
there's-
grips so dirty?
well, it's because we work for a living.
You don't sit in a chair and
We don't like
talk to people all day long.
yeah, it's not like I have to like lounge on a dolly and like have the third assistant camera bring me fucking snacks and shit, bro.
My mouth hurts
There's-
from laughing. So
There's
much.
there's no assistant grip to get us fucking snacks, bro.
My cheeks are. I've been smiling this whole
I
freaking
mean,
podcast.
I mean that's kind of what your best boy does, though. Sometimes.
yeah. You guys have runners, and
What do you mean? I have
Come on,
never.
Lacey would bring us shit all the time.
What?
I don't know.
Lacey would hand you water on set when you were parched. You're fucking high, Charlie, and you're delirious. You're fucking delirious that Lacey did that. I love Lacey to death. He never was like, "Hey, buddy, you look fucking parched. Here you go."
I mean, that's true. Usually
I will
he'd
admit,
have
camera
his wad
assistants are the first.
No,
He would
to
have
grab
his
you
wad of
anything
stuff
you
that he
want.
would take back to the truck.
Yeah, and then he'd be
and
like,
hoard it.
he would like,
No, that five donuts are mine.
yeah, no, dude, I love him to death. He's my favorite. Is because once again, like me and him didn't get along until we did, and then like
Dude, he would ride your ass.
well, you know what it was? It was on Andy Mack. I was tired of everybody getting yelled at, and like me and Charlie just being there and being like, "Fuck, dude!" Like
Getting peeled, man.
we're just getting
peeled.
We're just getting peeled. We're tired. Whatever. Like it wasn't a hard job necessarily, but like we didn't have the manpower for what they wanted to do. So
Yeah.
it was like a time issue. It wasn't like what we were doing was hard. It was hard with the amount of people we had. And we would like get back to the truck and like you load this 48-foot trailer,
Semi-truck.
48-foot.
48-foot semi-truck.
You load it every night, right? Like you know the order it goes, you know what goes on each cart, you know all of this, whatever. And we would get back and he would just start yelling, and I like finally was just like, if he's gonna yell, it literally like I turned into a child version of myself, and it was words.
So no change.
Yeah, nothing changed. It was advice that my dad gave me, and it was, I'll give you something to cry about, right? I was like, I'll give you something to fucking yell about, bud. And so I just started chirping, right?
Like chirping
I
like a
remember- I
bird,
remember
or
this-
like
I
No,
remember
just
this
like
moment.
mouthing
This talk
off.
is-
No, because I turned to Charlie. And I go, if he's gonna fucking yell, he's gonna yell at me. Did I not?
Dude, I remember this so vividly
And I just
in
turned.
my mind.
I turned to Lacey and I go, I'm pretty sure that fucking goes there. And he was like, it doesn't fucking. And I was like, I'm fucking pretty sure it does. And just like, and like from like that moment, like I just like whatever he said, I argued with. Whatever, even if he was right, I would pick it apart because I was like, we're doing the job. We're having like I was young then.
You seeing patterns here?
Yeah. I was about to say,
Start yelling at people.
nothing.
It works though. The system is not broken. It's just it's not necessarily the most efficient.
You got to stand up for yourself at some point and earn that respect.
Oh, is that the
That
the
may have
thing?
been
that's what the,
Oh, is that the theme?
Yeah,
that's the thing.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
didn't
standing
pick up
up.
on that.
There's a moral to this story.
No, but like
damn.
Why are we here?
Where do we
C-list
go when
hat.
we die?
What's up with the C list? Tell me about that.
Oh man.
okay, so this goes back to when I was younger too. This was like
Is it a childhood thing?
no,
No.
early in the industry.
Yeah.
Only me and my therapist talk about my childhood.
I was like,
You're not allowed in. I don't pay you. You fucking twat.
you pay me, but for other things.
You get paid for that?
You don't pay me.
Yeah. Try. Yeah, man, just come and use and abuse whatever you need. Does that work for you, buddy? Anyways. Oh shit, C list. So this goes back to like early whatever. Inevitably when you're a young filmmaker in Salt Lake, you have to work for Sundance. The movie festival. Not work on a film. Anything to feel something, right? Inevitably, you like end up working up there, and it's horrible, and it's shitty, and parking sucks, and there's 1,000 stairs, and whatever. But like you get free shit. Like whenever you work there, like you get the same like party favor, like not like the big party favors, but like you get like small little packages, whatever.
Not like the important people party favors, but like the
Water
other-
bottles.
Yeah,
like the water bottle,
bottles,
like
stickers.
Like you
Here's a
get, like,
plastic
stickers,
bag.
but like you get like shit that's like usable and like kind of cool
for like a few
you're-
months until.
Well,
it's
like
on
when
the
you're
counter
first
and you throw
into it,
away.
like
Yeah.
it's cool. Like, oh yeah, bro, I worked at Sundance, whatever. Like it's like
No, it is. It is.
It's like
yeah.
kind of a badge of honor. I feel like
It's getting your first film commission hat.
yeah, the T-shirt company. Can we take that out? I'm just kidding. I don't give a fuck. They haven't done anything for me. They still won't. They haven't done anything for me. They won't do anything against me, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's like the film commission hats. It's like the first free sweatshirt, whatever. Like C-list, like to me at that point was like, I was like, bro, I'm a C-list celebrity, dude. Like I get to like hang out with all the celebrities, but like no one knows who I am. Like I'm not A-list, I'm not B-list, I'm C-list, right? Like I get all the free shit, and I was like, it was like a total fucking joke. It was like me, like just being me, right? Like left to my own devices. I end up going on like a buddy through buddy. We all like hung out at this coffee shop, and like one of the coffee shop workers was like, hey man, I'm going skiing, you want to come? And I was like, yeah dude, I'll go. I don't ski or snowboard, like I know how, but not good. Like not good enough to be like, yeah man, I'll go ski with you. Like it's not that. Like anyways, we end up going to Brighton, and I had been like probably stuffed full of coffee at this point the whole drive up, just like wound up,
Just
like
ready to go.
just like in my car listening to my shitty music and just like enjoying myself. He unfortunately had a ride with me. And so like Charlie
We've
knows.
been in a similar situation.
Like Charlie knows, like when I get wound up, it's funny, but it's annoying, and like there's nothing you can do to stop it. You just kind of have to like let it ride out, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Especially back then, Tyler.
oh, dude, back then Tyler was fucking running on fumes, but those fumes were Jameson, and they were burning hot. Hot fumes. Anyways, so the whole time I'm just like popping off, fucking C-list, bro. I'm a fucking C-list. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I was like, I get shit for free all the fucking time. Like, he's just like being that guy, right?
So this isn't anything that anyone else is doing. This is just Tyler running around saying he's C-list and like a self-given
I
title.
get free shit. I'm at the
Like
party.
this is like, I wanted this to be a clothing company.
Oh, you were trying to like. Okay,
Like I was
bet.
trying to, but
I
like,
see.
and then it developed into like crew list, like, because like at the end of every show, they send out a crew list, right? Of like everybody who worked on the show. So it was like C-list celebrity, but the crew list is what everybody gets. And so like I was going to make like fucking movie tees that said like C-list. Like I have 1,000 ideas. None
Now
of them
someone
have-
who's watching this is gonna go make him.
That's fine. All 3 of your followers.
We got 4 now.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Your mom finally followed back.
No.
I'm just.
No, that's my grandma.
Oh, your grandma. And so
Do you have merch though, or is it just a one-off?
I can make more merch.
I want a C-list hat.
Yeah.
What does a guy gotta do to get a C-list hat?
Don't ask that question. Yeah. I've known him
And
for
there's
30
cameras
minutes,
this
man.
time.
No,
What's that?
you don't do that.
He's just angry. It's fucking dumb. So anyway, we get up to Brighton, and like you know how Brighton can get like cars down. Fucking trying to fight me again. Cars down the mountain, you know, like either side of the road, and I'm like, I'm not walking in this shit. Like I'm not that guy. And so I like just follow these lines of cars like all the way through the parking lot. And he's like, dude, we should have parked back there. And I was like, I'm a C-list celebrity, bro.
Oh shoot.
Right? Like this is who I am. And like sure as shit, I got like front row, can't get closer parking. My ego at that moment was off the charts. And I had just filled myself up with enough caffeine to kill 3 small elephants. We are now getting dressed, and I'm piping off about fucking being a C-list celebrity. And sure as shit, this dude in a truck pulls up. And he's like, hey, man, you guys got your ski pass? And I was like, he does. I was going to pick mine up. And he's like, no need, bro. I shredded all morning, man. You shred this afternoon. And I was like, thank you. You gracious human. Thank you so much. And I turned around and I was like, C-list, bitch. and like it just like lasted for way too long. And then I found this hat and I was like, fuck. And it was all dirty. And then I cleaned it and now I'm wearing it again. But I'll make more merch.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Honestly, I think you should keep that going. I love everything
It's
about
good
it.
behind. Good story
Well,
behind it. and
it's like
everything.
it's just so dumb that like that's
It's so dumb it works.
dude. It's so stupid.
So
What's our
dumb.
time at?
We are at just about an hour.
Oh geez. Okay,
It's
it's
too
we
easy.
gotta wrap this up.
We can cut a lot out though. Yeah,
Yeah, no, we
Yeah.
can. It's fine.
there's a lot.
Well, there's a million more plus things we want to talk to you about.
Yeah, we're
Charles and
gonna-
I had a good idea. Should we tell them or make them wait?
No, they'll find out.
Yeah, but what about me?
Keep him on edge, man. now he's on
actually,
edge for
whatever.
a few weeks.
Well,
He'll
yeah.
figure that out. Thank you guys for joining in to today's
Ferner will be
episode.
back.
He'll be
Definitely.
around. Follow him. He's cool. And yeah, thanks for watching.
Yeah, at least that didn't end more sudden than prom night.